Chris J isn't here with 100% of his fanaticism, I'm thinking, but either way, it's going to be a great show to watch him here. And we're live with the knife round and on cash because, we've sort of been talking about the lineups and the players up until this point so that we wouldn't waste this topic for when it wasn't relevant. And, well, on this map, obviously, you might want to favor taking the CT side. Do you have any thoughts on this? And what do you think? Because with Chris J and with his star potential in this game, I'm thinking that for him, maybe a T side might be easier.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because you already pointed out that Chris J can go for aggressive peaks because he's potentially at a much higher level. Well, potentially he is, but
should be.
In theory, I think the CT side is much more comfortable to start with, and that's exactly what they are going to do. So
they
it
did
takes
win
them
the
to
knife
the first round. So
yeah, good. They did win that knife round, and they did go for that CT side, as would generally be favored. I was just wondering because Chris J might have some more freedom in going loose on T side than on CT. But either way, they're going for the CT side, totally fine with that, and it looks like they're quickly getting into the.
Wow, Kolmvik already with the one top two. And Ferment follows with two as well. Look at that. These T's are just getting absolutely obliterated. It's Mikey, your last man standing. Konvik is going to come around. Primor in the back, though. Mikey does take out two.
Mikey's still having a good time in that main area.
Yeah, but he's down to 6 HP. I can't see it. Yeah.
6 HP or 106, that wouldn't have mattered because he just gets finished with some lead in his teeth. But yeah, definitely very solid round from Progression, just landing a bunch of headshots. Mainly, I saw a very nice one from Ferment, which was just as he got a kill and fell back into MBK, he just swiped out again as someone came around the corner and just like disposed of them quickly, as if they were like an annoying little fly flying by, go away. And yeah, very nice, solid round from them. Promises a nice performance out of that team if this pulls through. Obviously, we can't really extrapolate from just the pistol round onto the entirety of the game, but good start for Progression, and Chris J hasn't even had to do that much.
Well, Chris J has already been dropped. He did tag up Impress, but that's about it. Aggressive peek from Chris J to just stand in the front of Tech9, so maybe not the best idea, but
yeah,
who am I to criticize
saw that
coming?
Guy? Yeah, no, he's looking to take some early aim jewels, thinking he can rely on solely that. And I think in a lot of scenarios he could, not in that one though, and he gets taken down. But his teammates, they have definitely not been taken down. As I say that though, two of them do get taken down by Cobus, who whips out his P250 and just makes that happen. So Bombsight is now in terrorist control. Bombs going down, and they actually managed to secure some guns. So that grenade's going to do a lot of damage, but does not finish off Cobus, does tag out the other two members. But yeah, let's see how they're going to handle this retake situation.
I think it was a little bit sloppy there. Kizan takes out Ferment with the scout. That's Konvik. Not going to happen. MyQ just standing on top of those boxes takes him out. And all of a sudden it's going to be 1-1, and that is going to be
very unfortunate.
Progression. Look at that money.
Yeah. You see Progression just going for the force up straight away. They know that with the money they already spent in the last round, they're not going to have money if they save this one completely to buy fully in the next anyway. They need to double eco, and then it doesn't matter if they force now and take that extra risk or double eco either way. And does not work out for them initially, as one of them does get taken down in the middle by Clash. But let's see if they'll be able to do at least some damage to the T economy, because right now the terrorists, after losing the pistol round and then coming back with a round in which they invest almost nothing because they only bought pistol. I'm going to be quiet for a sec while the charge comes later.
Impress taken out too. That is great stuff. So far not losing a single man now, and they're going to plant that bomb. And that's going to be Chris J. And both Ferment remaining. And Ferment is might just be able to pick up a frag here. He's going to climb on top, taking out Impress. Oh, what? Ferment would get another one? It's Chris J, your last man standing in a 1v3, and I guess he's just going to stick to that deagle. Maybe save that as well. And that is going to be that 2-1.
Yes, and well, I might as well finish my train of thought because there's not much else to say about this round. Chris J is indeed saving that UMP and Deagle, and maybe they'll be able to get something out of that in the next, at least some extra money for a kill. But the money, like the situation that they got themselves in after winning the first, losing the second, that the opponents invested almost nothing in the second round and then managed to pick up a bunch of guns from the enemies. So because of that, they got so much money and their economy just gets a super boost, while the CTs, as you can see, are on an eco after that force buy and won't be able to buy until the next round. So relying heavily on that UMP and Deagle saved by the man Chris J himself, and the Deagle is seemingly the weapon of choice for him in this round, having dropped that UMP over towards Config, who has been playing well for his team so far. And look at this aggressive push out of the B area. But Imprez, though, he has a good position to deal with this. Picks up the first, does get taken down by Config, who has that UMP. So that UMP nicely put into play, $600 in his pocket, and a rifle picked up for his teammate Spin, who now can do a lot more damage as well.
Wow, that bomb has been planted, and what is the best thing to do in this kind of situation? If I were Progression, I think they're just gonna back off, and save the AK as well, and not give them any more money.
Look, to be fair, as I said, losing the first round but winning the second, and then picking up the guns that the other team bought in the first, that is a massive boost for your economy because you don't have to rebuy. So everything you get from winning the round, potentially with a bomb plant, you get to keep. Nice 1D by Chris J. But Fament gets taken down in return, but he actually didn't have a gun. But because of that, what they should be doing, what Config mainly should be doing, is trying to get exit frags to damage the economy of Dutch Prodigy further, because the CTs, look, they would have money anyway, and having those extra 2 rifles really, really helps because it allows them to have more utility, more nades. But that UMP could have best been used to try and get some more kills to get money out of the hands of Dutch Prodigy, who, as you can see, are actually skimping on 1 rifle. Does Imprez not have a gun? Imprez playing with a Glock, apparently. So if they would have played more aggressive, well, he picked up a Deagle now, but no drop in it for him.
I don't get that. Clash is on 6K, Cobus is on 4.5.
A bit of miscommunication, but he doesn't have a gun now. And the opposing team does, with only 1 UMP as like weak link, and a UMP versus a Deagle in terms of the entirety of what's across the board. Actually, they're not that far apart, like, because they do have that op on Clash, but Clash still has 6K on top of that. Maybe Impress dropped an op for Clash, and Clash didn't drop anything back or something. I'm not sure what happened there, but
no, Clash had op in the previous round, so it's kind of strange, but whatever, you know. We'll see how this one works out. I mean, Config is still at SMG.
Yeah, but basic map setup here. Not really much control over towards the B area here, actually, as they're setting up for smokes towards A, and those just fly over to block off most of the A site, and there's 2 members playing in deep here. Let's see if there's a Molotov or smoke blocking them off. As you can see from MBK, Fament is smoked off, but someone comes leaping through it, and that did not go well.
Oh wow, I thought Fament is gonna do damage there, and that bomb has been planted. How is that even possible? Spinham was right on the bomb side, but the bomb's been planted in a pretty awkward situation now. 2-on-3, Clash in main, being flashed up as well. Keys on with 2. Clash comes around, takes out Spinham. 1-on-2 for Primor, takes out Keys on 1-on-1. But that bomb's been planted behind the red container, or is it? Oh, Clash is gonna have clear sides of this. But
he still has a smoke grenade. Why is he not using this?
Oh man.
Oh no, Clash.
Primor could have had
HP. Yeah. Nicely done. He's gonna die, I'm thinking. Ooh,
that
yeah,
is
he did.
Fortunate that he could not connect that shot onto Clash like the first instance.
I'm thinking because the bomb was planted in a good-ish position for main, but the way he was standing, I'm thinking he could have diffused and survived the shot through the container because there was no clear line of sight. But yeah, he obviously didn't know that, and he didn't know how eager Clash would have been to walk out. But yeah, good first kill there by Spin as he just sprays through the smoke put up by the terrorists in middle. And Cobus replies though onto Config, who decides to go for a little bit more information in middle and loses his head because of it. So middle
now
control.
Yeah. Now it's Fament with the SMG. He could easily get a kill here onto Clash, and look at that, with such a cheap gun taking out an AWP. Kobus might be able to get a counter frag in, will do so. Just crouching around. Primer coming in the back, taking out Kobus. So the trades are definitely going into the favor of Progression right now. And then we'll have Impress and MyQ both with the bomb in middle. They might just decide to go towards the vents and head towards B, where Primer is going to be hiding at.
Not in the site, though.
Yeah,
So,
that is kind of tricky. They still
lot
have
of access.
On MyQ.
They were prepared for this, so completely isolated from the bomb site are the CTs, even though they are like up in numbers. If they can't prevent this bomb from going down, which they definitely can't now because they know that there's no CTs in the site, so bomb is down and it's planted safe. But they need to get in here now and see to root these players out while there's a pretty good setup. Chris J, though, doesn't care.
That was a beautiful shot from Chris J. And he's going to take out Impress as well. He's just darting out the smoke.
All right.
Very well played by him.
That could have been a very difficult retake, but then Chris J happened, and, you know,
Yeah,
end
but
of story.
they had a couple of smokes that smoked off Checkers and B main, which kind of isolated one player on the B bomb side.
Yeah, and then Chris J killed him with a nice shot. And then the other guy came around the corner.
Yeah,
And Chris J
man,
killed
Chris
him
J is going to do magic here.
But
You
look
see
at this, look at this.
attack. Yeah, this is going to
Exactly.
happen.
But he could just get taken down here. If he does fall back to the bomb site, but this could get nasty for Chris J real quick. There we go. That's very nasty, and that was real quick. MyQ also taking down Primor.
Just
So
gonna
yeah,
jump. No.
strats really work.
Tech 9 train, deadly as ever. Let's take out Kobus, takes out MyQ as well.
Spin gets it done in checkers and might as well have bought his team back a spot in this round, but definitely T's not ready to give up here. Memento. While jumping down, a bit of simple style, but then, you know, mini version. Jumping down gets that frag and config cleans up. So another round for Progression, and that's actually starting to look fairly good now, even though Prodigy, Dutch Prodigy, still have money to buy into this round. This is the last round that they have money to buy into. And on the opposite side, the CTs, actually similar situation, not that much money either. So this round potentially worth 2, depending on whether the T's get a bomb plant or not. But if Progression pick this up, then they're well on their way to, you know, snowball away with this half and let the Chris J effect kick in. And on the other hand, Dutch Prodigy has seemed to play together real well, and Clash with that op has been doing quite a bit of damage. So as far as I'm concerned, it could still go either way, but this round is likely worth 2. So if Dutch Prodigy manage to pick this up, this can put them in a very nice position going into next half, and they're looking to do so with an A take, it seemed, set up to throw some grenades and get in there, but another late smoke went up by the CTs. Late, it's not that late, still more than a minute left, but another smoke went up and no plays seem to be happening. Still a lot of map control, 2 players over towards the B site as well, and Spin, seemingly a little bit hungry, looking around the corner, starts to pre-fire that a little bit, but it is smoked off partially, so he's not going to get much action until Kobus pushes up close, though.
Oh man, this is not gonna be easy. Dutch Prodigy, they still haven't really unlocked anything, but maybe just now Spinner has been dropped over at the B bomb site. This could indicate a B rotation, but they're not doing it just yet. That bomb's still out there on A main, and Ferment just dropped Impress. Can I have a look at Primer now? Because
with only 30 seconds on the clock, still needing to pick up the bomb and decide where you want to go is a bit risky, but they do seem to have made up their mind.
Primer is going to get taken out. That is not good news for Progression. All they need to do now is just trick out that smoke that Kizon has. But he's actually going to smoke out Heaven. That could be a big mistake, as Ferment just dropped the bomb carrier and takes out Kobus with it as well. It's going to be down to just pick up the frag at the Ferment.
Doesn't have time.
And,
There's no more time to plant the bomb. Oh, and Chris J just waits it out. That's that veteranship in him, where he's just like, he's played this game so much and at such a high level that in a situation like this, he will not make the mistake of running in and trying to take that jewel, potentially losing it, while the time doesn't allow the T to win the round anymore. So
Yeah,
Well
and
done by
also
Chris.
losing potential on AWP. That would be,
Yeah, exactly. But look at this,
Chris.
another quick B rush, and we know that this worked out last time. Chris J again not going to get the first pick and fall back onto the site.
He
Let's
does pick
pick
up
it up.
2 cracks now. Gonna get taken out though. Actually, a lot of damage already being done by the T's. It's gonna be get shut down by Convict. But that's gonna be the first round. Finally, in the lead for progression, 5-4. And well, again, Chris J losing an AWP, and they can't really afford it again. So
That
I
is
guess it's
unfortunate, but it's like if they keep doing these rushes, they know Chris J plays B, and they know he likes to play op. So, like I said it before jokingly, like matchmaking strats work, but in this case, it's just the right counter strat that people in matchmaking will use overly, and it looks like it's going to be a very fast A play with rifles. Chris J though.
Beautiful headshot. Takes out another one. Oh my god, Chris J's just being allowed to really walk like this BS out. MyQ does take him out. Just in the nick of time, but it's going to be down to a 1-on-3. The bomb being... that's been coming in the back, mopping that one up. Aggressive push, not paying off the dividends.
No, but aggressive push definitely working out for Chris J as he just plowed through that short smoke as it went up, killing 3 people in the process, and almost tapped down the 4th with his pistol. But MyQ just quick enough, you know, to refrag his 3 teammates. And yeah, so really good hold by Chris J, and luckily he wasn't holding an op, because that could have gone very differently. And another nice skill here early in the round as he taps away, just pre-fired tapping on boost, and he takes out Imprez for it, who was on an eco. And you can see that because of the economy and the repeated rounds lost by Dutch Prodigy, that they need to buy pistols for the 2nd time in 3 rounds now, because they're just that crippled. They don't get enough frags, they don't get enough bomb plants in order to keep facilitating these buy rounds. And Ferment does definitely get enough heads to facilitate his bullets. As he finishes up that last one. 3 for him. And he's on 17 and 8 actually, performing very well. Top fragger in the server by far. So yeah, taking up those eco frags.
Well, gun rounds. We've definitely seen Ferment and Chris picking up that round then. Surprisingly, you know, Dutch Prodigy, they had so much success over at B with the Tech 9s. Like, why wouldn't you go for it again? Probably because, you know, Chris J would not have an AWP in that round. But look at this. Chris J pushing down in the smoke. MyQ could get caught off guard. It will go down to Chris J. And that could kind of force the T's to just go towards that B bomb side. But there's going to be so many CTs waiting for them.
Chris J is one of them. As he gets that frag at middle, he just falls back into B. And seemingly this, because of the quick playstyle that Dutch Prodigy are using, the op for Chris J just isn't working out. Like, he likes to go aggressive when his opponents are slow, because then he can just peek into their angles and take them out, because that's what he likes to do. And right now, they're not giving him that chance. They're running at him with, like you said, the Tech 9 rush was very efficient, very effective, because he couldn't kill them all. And as they're running at him, that's not a situation where he's very comfortable in either. Not as much in the other way around. So, frags going down in the middle here. And over
that was just a bit of a trade from Convict and Keyzon. Oh, Keyzon, what a beautiful shot onto Ferment. Can he get another one? Spinham is there in checkers. And if they get that bomb towards A, they should have a clear side. Never mind that. Chris J is there already. Keyzon's been dropped, and that's going to be last man Cobus. That will get cleaned up as well by Chris J. Very well played. 3K there. That is 8-4. Like, progression, they're walking away with this truly now. And I think that's rightfully so, because they are on the CT side, where you expect teams to really go ahead.
Yeah, but not exactly for the same reasons, perhaps. But yeah, you are right. It is a CT-sided map, and like a 9-6, 10-5 halftime score is just like either slightly in the favor of CT or just normal. Like, if you get 6 rounds on T-side cash, I'd be happy. That's fine. But yeah, 5 is a bit of a cutoff. If you have any less than that, you could run into some trouble. But we're not that far yet, as we see Dutch Prodigy on another buy round with just the remainder of Clash, who's on this Tech 9. And Christian, or no, not Christian actually, Config. This is what we were discussing before the match. Config is on the op.
Yeah, yeah, that's something that maybe Config is better to deal with Brucius, but he seems to be missing a couple of shots. That is that is some costless curse right there, and then it's been dropped by Impress. That had a angle advantage right there. Well, I don't think Dutch Prodigy can actually work with this, but if Clash takes out one and Impress can follow, that'd be nice. Maybe they can still get that thing down. Chris has been taken out as well, so they're gonna make me eat my words. Prime or your last man standing does do a lot of damage on Maiku, and he's gonna hear that bomb plant go down. The bomb has just been planted, 1-on-1. Prime is gonna go for that defuse. And did he just spot a glimpse of
he spotted his arm.
Barrel? Yeah, he did it. Cat and mouse game. But with the advantage for Prime, oh man, he just gave his position away right there. Fake again, but Mikey gets him. A little bit of
plays that well.
Maybe.
Mike Hugh, well done. Dancing around the box. I'm not sure if he realized that he got spotted. Maybe he spotted Primor as well. But yeah, played that out nicely. Mind games, as you said, cat and mouse, and he managed to get it done. So they do manage to pick up another round, 8-5 now, and that instantly presses on the economy of Progression, because even though they have been winning a lot of rounds, as we mentioned before, especially because of those Tech 9 rushes that worked so efficiently, they would continuously lose 2, 3, if not more members. So they had to rebuy a lot of guns. Christian getting dangerously low there with his profound aggression. Still has that and picks up a nice frag. Gets burned alive though. But low HP on the remaining terrorist players, and rotation coming in towards the B side as Spinham has pushed all the way into main.
Look at this,
or
though.
into a garage, I mean, and
Cobus is going to come in the back of Primer. That could turn around things if they want to go towards that A side. There we go. And this is going to put some pressure on Convict, because he's going to get taken out as well. It's going to be down to Spinham. He's coming in the back, but he's going to be a little bit too late, because Kizan will likely just plant in the safe position. He's down to 1 HP. He's going to go ahead and plant that bomb. And Spinham, I don't think he has got any idea that Clash is going to be out there in quad.
Massive health advantage, though. It doesn't matter.
Against 2 players, what are you going to do?
Yeah, sure, but one of them was 1 and the other one was 15 HP. If you just start spraying through a smoke, there's a good chance that you might just pick up 2 frags. But
that
anyway, I like rooting for the underdog. Yeah, 8-6 for Progression, and Progression actually on an eco, or force buy rather, because it's the last round and a half. But their economy has been broken now, and Clash back on the op. Dutch Prodigy seems to be flourishing again, so that caster's curse went a bit deeper than just that one round where you said that it wasn't working out, but instead it's the entirety of the rest of the half, as it was 8-4, and right now Dutch Prodigy, having brought it back 2 rounds and broken the economy of Progression, makes it likely for them to just maybe make this 8-7, which is a very good halftime score for terrorists, as it looks like they want to fake out this B side as the bomb rotates over towards A, and first member gets taken down quickly, or AK given up, and they know it's a fake, so that fake not working out very well, actually works out very well, despite them figuring it out, because there were 4 members on the B side.
Man, that is a nice cleanup. Ferment and Convict combined, they decimate the incoming T side. Ferment, but he had another one with the CZ. It's going to be down to Clash. He's going to grenade it down. 96, what a way to finish the half.
That's a clean round. They did not lose anyone.
And hardly any HP as well. Ferment is such a beast with the CZ, man. Oh my god.
Ferment has been quite a beast in general. He's on 21 and 11 at the moment, which is by far top fragging on the server, actually. No, not that far. Christian is close behind with 15, but he is putting up some very good numbers. He's doing a nice job holding this A site here, and that round, only pistols and armor, and they just survive with everyone. They've lost more members than this repeatedly to Tech 9's running at them.
Not sure if you've seen this, but I think that was a really great setup. They had 3 players over at B. Ferment was with his back against B main. As soon as they smoked it, they popped out a flash. Primer just came jumping out, took out 1, and then as soon as Primer was like, "Hey, there's no one here. Let's go back to A." That was just fantastic how they played that one.
Nice. Okay, I saw it on the minimap. I saw that they pushed through and picked up the kill, but I didn't see that it was such a nice coordinated setup because I'm
Yeah,
obviously
it was.
a fan
It
of
was
those.
definitely thought out.
Okay, cool. Well, it worked out as well because it got them the first frag and the information. Like I said that it didn't really the fake worked out even though they figured it out because they did manage to get onto or get to the bomb site before rotation arrived. But the one guy that was there together with the one guy that was close and could rotate in quickly managed to pick up 2 frags, and then the third guy and the fourth guy showed up, and all of a sudden it was just a bunch of pistols rattling at these rifles that got obliterated. So, and then the last guy actually got naded down. I think it was Clash with his op in main.
Yeah.
He just got blown up. Like he didn't even
But
get a chance. So,
But he was like down to 6 HP, so what are you gonna do, son?
yeah.
I mean, 1 versus 5. We've seen it happen like once in the ESL Benelux season. That was Hasking. We'll see him again. I think he's playing for the Untouchables. Maybe the next game. Maybe the next game. We'll see. It's always nice to see such a stuff.
Yeah, it's been fun so far, and it's actually been really competitive. Like, despite the fact that Chris J is on one of the teams, we did point this out slightly at the start of the game. The other team has been together for quite a while and are like a solid lineup. They're not they're not the individual stars per se, despite Cobus and Clash actually getting some very nice, like in terms of just the way it looked, some very cool flick shots. Cobus always really quick with that. When he comes around the corner, just snaps onto someone's head, takes them out, and Clash, very good opper, in my opinion anyway. Not sure if he's a match for Chris J though, but maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of that in this half, as it is about to start, I'm thinking. No? People started buying up, so I thought the countdown had started, but yeah, people are back, and we are going to go live.
Yeah, live once more. Progression versus Dutch Prodigy. Remember, it is a best of 1, so it's only going to be 1 map. It's going to be Cash, of course. Wink, wink. Progression with a 3-round lead. They've done had a very solid CT side. Had a bit of a sloppy start in the beginning, losing 4 rounds after winning the pistol round as well, which is
but look at what they're doing now. 3 members of the CT just pushing out B. Look, Cobus not going to run.
But they're all spotting this, so yeah, it's like a bit of a wasted push, I think.
Well, as long as there's no frags, then they have the info, so they could rotate over. Instead, though, they're not, and the T's are allowed into the A site, which they're seemingly just playing for retake. Bomb is almost there, and rotation still has to come from afar, so let's see how that retake A is going to be working out here, as the CTs do start to gather up at the car.
Yeah, that is going to be 3-man just storming this side any second now. Surely Progression are going to be ready for this. And there's only 1 smoke on Mikey. He's likely just going to smoke off A main, which is probably the right thing to do here. And they are going to make their way in. Chris J is going to be over at quad. He's actually going to get annihilated by Clash. And the defuse is coming in from Mikey.
They don't know.
Nothing Primar could do about this.
Nice.
What a solid comeback from Dutch Prodigy.
That's a useful combo to have, apparently, for ninja diffuses in pistol rounds. And that's not really the thought that I always had going into buying a smoke and a diffuse kit on a pistol, but it worked out nicely that way. So Dutch Prodigy pick up the pistol round, and unlike last half where they lost it, they did manage to pick up the second, but this time just winning it flat out and getting that early advantage. And Chris J gets dropped a scout, because he bought armor, or did he? No, he actually had enough money. He must have gotten a frag or 2 in the pistol round then. Okay, but a little bit of a force on the T side, as they don't want to just give up 2 rounds at the expense of Dutch Prodigy. And look at that, working out.
Just like that, Primer gets 2 with the Tech 9. Kizan though does come in. Chris J with the attack. No frag though yet, and well, again, an after plant, 3 on 4. Chris J is going to be slightly smoked off again, letting up attack. So much damage!
Beautiful,
yes. 2 frags from Chris J. Both jumping scope shots as well. It's going to be down to Clash, and well, this is just like we see it again. The CT's winning the pistol, and then the T's coming back with the Tech 9s. Absolutely rampage.
Not a Tech 9 this time though. Mainly, yeah, okay. Prodigy or Primor.
Primor really
nice to initial, yeah, true.
And
but
it
Chris
was
J
to lock them out of that bomb side.
tapping them away. This is like no kidding. Chris J is by like on an international level by the top talent lineups like analysts and casters of the world, considered one of the, if not the best scout player in the world, flat out. Like Chris J is considered the best scout player there is, and you know, this was fun to watch. Just him jumping up and down behind the forklift, tapping people away. He got like 5 tags, I think, because he killed 2 by double tapping them.
It's and, like, hi, bye-bye.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Here we go. Look at this.
It's just too easy. But yeah, still, so, the score-wise, it does say something else. 10-7 is still quite close. It's going to be 11-7, maybe.
Oh, definitely. But just Chris J's performance doesn't weigh out against the entire teamwork that Dutch Prodigy have going on. They're doing it more together, and you know, in the long run, that's what's going to be more reliable. So unless Chris J can just plow through and be this beast until the game is over, then I think that Dutch Prodigy have a perfectly good chance of coming back into it.
I thought Clash was going to go with a hand there, but Spinman coming in the back, executing him. That's going to go for that bomb plant. Keyson and both Cobas. Oh, Keyson nearly catching one off guard, but Chris J proving to be too strong again. Again, picking up a hat trick. Wow. Okay, mate.
Yeah, and he's actually still, despite these past couple of rounds, not managed to overtake Ferment on the scoreboard. So that's like, because I especially, but we both keep highlighting Chris J so much, and there's actually someone in numbers playing better than him.
But so Ferment was doing insane on the CG side.
Yeah, of course. He was holding that A site like a boss.
Look at this, though. Dutch Prodigy are expecting a B push. They're kind of stacking it up, and they're probably just going to give the free bomb plant to the top.
3 Molotovs go into the site.
Wow.
They're very thorough on cleaning out the dust and replacing it by Ash as Chris J plows through to the car and picks up the first kill on Cobus. And might get taken down as MyQ taps him away with his P2000. So maybe stick with that scout for long range next time. Not sure where it went, but...
I don't know. I think he dropped it.
To pick up a Mac 10, yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
You never know.
Maybe one of
the minds of a pro player, you know.
Yeah, of course. No, that could actually be a thing just to make extra money, because they are on an eco, obviously, and that scout maybe scared of getting brushed down again, because that happened a lot in the first half. But you know, the Mac 10 didn't work out as well as the scout has.
Clash might. Yep. Gotta kill it.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh. Cemento prevents them from picking up that second AK. That's a pretty, even though the round was already over, that is still a little bit of an important highlight to give, because them not being able to pick up that extra gun limits them in utility now. As you can see, only 1 player has a full set of nades and 2 players have an HE on top of their normal flash smoke, but no one is able to afford Molotovs. A lot of them don't have kits, not even all of them have helmets, which, to be fair, aren't really important here, but they are going very fast onto this A site, and 2 of them get taken down by Impress straight away, as MyQ is also in a 1v1 with someone in the door, and not many members left here for the progression side, even though not even a quarter of the round has ended. So, first free frag.
Ferment here does change the game here. Takes up Keyson as well, nearly gets him through the smoke, but in come Cobus and MyQ to clean that one up. It's going to be down to Primer. And that is gonna be it for that round. It's gonna be 12-8. Still enough money, I'd say, for progression to have a solid buy. Maybe Convict will pick up an AWP, or perhaps give it to Chris J. Who knows?
It does seem like it's going to Chris J. But that round there is a good example of the difference between these 2 teams and how they match up against each other, and why this game could potentially be so close. Because on the progression side, you just have Ferment and Chris J firing on all cylinders. They're just going ham, and that's winning rounds, like a lot. And on the Dutch Prodigy side, look at this. It's still individual performance, but they're doing it together. Their A-hold is just solid. They help each other. They peek out one at a time. They bait for each other, and they just both pick up 2 frags. Exactly. Only
they play so much more like a collective team, like you've seen in that pistol round as well. Yeah. They all storm the side all together, and this is probably one of the first times I see Chris J missing a shot like that.
Well, it happens even to the best, so definitely to Chris J. But Clash, or Config there, takes out Clash, so that was a nice shot by him. He hasn't been hitting them with the op, but a nice headshot on the opper counts as well. But Kobus got that initial return and is now the sole defender on this site as he's getting some support from Mikey over on the Heaven, who picks up 2 cracks.
Yeah, Mikey played that really solid right there. He came out at the right moment in time where both players were flashed up and Alpha Man's being dropped by Kobus. It's going to be down to Chris J. Probably one of our favorite players, but not for very long because Impress is going to take him out, saying he's going to be our next favorite. 12-9. Dutch Prodigy are truly coming back into this one and probably will pick up the next round as well. Looking at the economy situation of progression. They are going to go for the Tech 9s. No armor though. Ferment with a smoke. 2 flashbangs. Gonna go straight towards that A side. Bam Shazam, I'd say. And we'll see if Kobe's going to be able to deal with this. At an angle, definitely not Ferment, but can't get out of there in time.
Doesn't expect them both to be there.
That is going to be bad.
Yeah, so he was set up to handle the first one, but simply didn't expect there to be 2 lined up behind those boxes, and got a shot in the back of his head by the second. But a very solid cleanup by his teammates, definitely able to pick up that op, so not too big of an economical suffer there, as their economy is starting to flourish a little bit with around 5k on everyone, and a little bit of an aggressive play by Clash here again, even though it didn't work out last time. Wants to get this aggressive control, perhaps, so that they can fall back a little bit on the A side and focus more on, or fall back a little on the B side, focus more on A and mid. Look at that aggressive control all the way into Toxic, and this allows so much map control. If you have this extra on the CT side, you know they cannot be B anytime soon.
Oh man, Chris J just landed a beautiful shot, but then just instantly got buried 6 foot under the ground by a grenade. It's like such a BM. I don't know if you guys were watching that, but
I didn't see it. I was watching Clash, but
that's great. Keyzon taking out one, but over it's actually Koba's to over peak, and it's gonna be down towards B. All the action that is gonna happen.
His position from Clash is potentially so strong because it's such a linchpin. His teammates cannot come over to him. That smoke's gonna help out. But look at this. What do you think happens when Primor here walks into this angle? Because I think I have a pretty rough idea, and that is roughly what that looked like, my idea. So, you know, not half crazy, and the bomb does manage to go down because the other 2 people came in through vents, but still solid retake potential here.
Spin him. He's doing great work. He pushed out towards the alley. He took out one, made it a little bit more easier there, and taking out Clash as well with the ALP, and then the last man. That is such a solid play to close out that round.
Yeah, just well done by him, and stepping up individually to
when it's needed.
Help out. Yeah, like Christian and Ferment can't do it all on their own. Let's help them out a bit, and you know, makes it a little bit, gets them a little bit further in the direction of picking up this map and match, because it's the best of 1, as we are now on 13-10, with still plenty of money on the CT side to buy, but not really much for rebuy. As you heard me say in the last round, they had about 5k on all of them, roughly, and they got a bit more on top of that, but that's roughly what a CT buy costs. So in terms of money, they're not very comfortable, but neither are the T's here. So it's going to be another tight situation for whoever loses this round, and I'm thinking that if Dutch Prodigy end up losing this, that could be sort of like at least match point against them, but perhaps the end of the map here. But no worry, because the series takes 7 weeks, and we'll definitely be seeing them a few more times before the Amsterdam Arena, and possibly at the Amsterdam Arena in the end of November. And a very slow round here so far, looking like they want to go for delayed mid-take.
Yeah, slow round indeed. You can definitely tell they're putting Chris J to work with slowly peeking. Spinnerman and Convict both creeping up onto to mid, and so far, nobody's really challenging them at the moment. Convict drops Clash. And that is the AWP already out of the hands of the CTs, but Kobus and Keyzon doing great work. Keyzon with 2, and Ferment comes in, takes out Keyzon from Heaven. Ferment, nearly sprayed down another one. Ferment is going to continue his push. It's up, but not Chris J. He's going to get taken out by Mikey from the back side. 13-11 then, and well,
Dutch
It is,
Prodigy.
A lot of rounds
nicely-
in really.
Yeah, but they nicely stabilized in that round. But that started off like not looking very good, and almost like they were a little bit, maybe not all of them, but the way they were holding middle and the way Clash was able to just get caught off guard like that, as if they had fence control, which they did for like 5 seconds, but no one was really holding middle, no one was looking at it consistently, so they were allowed to just push up there and charge through the fence, take down
There was
Clash.
like
And
no one at all. Like
but
literally
that's-
no one.
yeah, but that's so
Uh-huh.
to start a round. That is a very like worrisome play. But yeah, they made it work. They stabilized because Koba stepped up, and here an eco for progression. So not much to say about that. No bomb plant, so no economical boost there because bomb plant obviously gives you $800 per player extra into the next round, but not going to happen, and that means that they are still unable to buy. So another eco, sort of, with Tech 9s and some Kevlar here and there, forcing down to a pretty low amount actually. Christian only on like $1,600 now, but luckily, not a lot of his teammates have a lot of money. He might not be able to get an op, which is unfortunate.
Oh man, those pushes so greedy. Both Clash and Kobe has been taken out. That could that's like one thing. It could work out, but it could work out horrendously as well. And that is what happened. But Crochet has been dropped with the bomb. They will probably still be able to pick up that round. Primer though has picked himself up an AK. That bomb's been planted. Spinning with an ALVP on that bomb side. Primer is gonna be waiting, but Mikey is actually waiting for that piece on press to come around. And Primer's just gonna get overwhelmed by the opponents. That is even Stevens once more. That is
Yeah.
really good play from Dutch Prodigy. Still losing a couple of players there, but
Yeah, but that aggressive play that the CTs keep doing on the B side, where they push, I don't think that's greed. That's just the way they play it. Getting Clash up in that toxic area around those barrels, that is just a linchpin position for them. And maybe they know that progression don't really play B a lot, or maybe this is just their default and they always take that control. But either way, this is what they seem to be doing, and that's what they were trying to do last round, and definitely did not work out. But that was just because the Tech 9s tapped them in the face too quickly, and that ended up costing them. And into this round, we're seeing another op on Config, so not on Chris J, despite Clash having one. And I'm not sure how well Config is going to be matching up against Clash here, but I would really, really love to see, as Chris J does not manage to match up to Clash on the A side.
yeah, well, Clash there clearly at a nice angle to pick him down. Either way, we still have Impress pushed up on A main. This could be slightly dangerous if Progression don't manage to check that spot. And the kind of thing now is they just have to regroup. There's only 1 minute on the clock that they still have to unlock something, and they don't have much time to make any form of decisions about what to do. And Impress has been taken out, so nice check from Impress to really check that spot. Clash though on quad, taken out there. Pride picks him up another frag. Fermentus coming in the flank does drop him 2 on 3 as Spinner will get taken out. Ferment, your last man standing. The bomb all the way over at A. 30 seconds left. 1 versus 3. Keyzone is going to come peeking around the corner. Ferment really looking the right spot. No, he won't. Keyzone will take him out there. And Dutch Prodigy, that is a lot of rounds that they have.
The tables have turned. Finally, this is the first time they're up rounds ever since it was 4-1. Because after 4-1, Progression just took it away. Like they got like 8, yeah, because it ended 9-6, so they got 8 before Progression started catching up again, and then they lost the pistol but won the next 3. So they've always been in the advantage, Progression, in this series, in this game, and finally Dutch Prodigy has taken over. Like literally, they've finally gotten the advantage again ever since, or for the first time since the complete start of the game. So maybe looking to just walk away with it right here. Team play being the victor over just raw skill, or maybe just not enough raw skill, unfortunately for Dutch Prodigy. But Christian definitely not lacking in that department as he picks up another headshot with that scout, and Progression off the back of that pushing into this A bomb site, and Mike, you playing very close to the smoke. Kaizan picks up that frag.
Oh man, Chris J should just be sticking on that scout like forever. 2-on-4 though. Bomb being planted on an A. It's just down to Chris J. And surely are going to be able to defuse that bomb. Chris J is going to be backing off. And there is actually no overtime. So
There's no overtime?
no.
Maybe because that means that the brackets are probably in point-based system?
Yeah. I don't think there is overtime, right?
Okay, so... Okay. We've just got confirmation that there's no overtime. 15-15 is draw, and that usually means that there's a point-based system going on. We haven't actually got to see the brackets yet, but we will shortly, or at least somewhere during the evening. But for now,
just a big stage. Every team will play each other, so there's really no brackets. It's only in the last 4 where you play semi-finals and finals.
okay, so it's point-based, then leading into the playoffs, like with the top 4 teams.
Top 4 teams advance.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So, yes, still a scout on Chris J with Mike Q dead to his Tech 9 because he has that too. And another good start to a round, despite it looking like Dutch Prodigy was going to maybe run away with it. Chris J getting off to another good start and Config chiming in. So another A bomb site secure, and this seems to be their bomb site of comfort. Because
and look at this. Chris J is in his prime position over at the forklift, tags up Gomez as well. And we've seen him do great stuff there, but he's been tagged up quite heavily. And just a little nade that is enough to tickle him away. Those flashes from Chris J though, they're really flashing up pretty much everyone. Not being able to connect that shot nearly through the smoke, but still. Config will do the job. Yeah, indeed. We'll help out. 15-14 looks like Dutch Prodigy are not willing to take the risk just yet. Although
Clash is, and if anything, wants to get more guns out of their hands because he might know that they don't have enough money to rebuy most of these. If they lose maybe one more gun, then some of them are going to be playing with pistols. But yeah, holding on to that op is also a priority. Actually, shouldn't have to because they have plenty of money. But either way, they just want to pick up this game. No stupid risks, and they can't. The T's couldn't afford an op, obviously. So that op staying in his hands and not allowing the T's to walk away with it is, of course, very important too. So Clash hanging on to that, and everyone else on the CT side will be able to buy. There was a short pause going on, but maybe to figure out the buys and to make sure everyone had guns or maybe, you know, an accent. I'm not sure, but Spinham, does he or does he not have a gun? He does. He did get a gun dropped for him. So everyone is on a full buy. Everyone has all grenades, no diffuse kits on all CTs, but that's the only flaw. So in terms of equipment, what they have, there's no excuse. This is going to be either a draw or Dutch Prodigy are going to take it, but it's been a really, really close game either way.
But this is what I say quite often. Like, the minor flaws, the diffuse kits, they could easily buy a diffuse kits for themselves, you know? For example, Impress, he has $200. If he didn't buy the head armor, then he could have easily bought a diffuser. Since you don't really need the head armor anyway.
In this situation, I would actually prefer the head armor over the diffuse kit as long as someone has a diffuse kit, because they could have known, likely would have known, that the economy on the T's was weak. That's why I'm thinking Clash went for a few extra frags at the end of that round, despite the risk of being able to lose his op. But having those helmets when you could be up against Galils or pistols, I don't think that's a bad call. But yeah, the other members did still have plenty of money, and it wasn't necessary to skimp on the kits, but we can live with it because Clash makes it work without a kit.
Clash is doing a fantastic job taking out Chris J early on, and Ferment as well. And you might get a third here. Spinham will go down. Ferment, can he pick up another one? Will do so. Very well played. And it's going to pick again, but it will get dropped. Convict will take him out. That's a really solid 4K from Ferment, from Clash.